It's Friday. Welcome to the weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. You know what it is. We got LJ, the Mad Hatter, in the building. We got BigSimple.
Yes, sir.
Definitely gonna be lit in the building. Yes, we are still talking about Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Yes, we're still talking about it. We're going to talk about that today. We're also going to talk about what this defense can look like. They say it's going to have more chemistry. I mean, what does that even mean? Is that mean we're going to look better, or are we just going to be in sync? Still looking terrible. I guess we're going to find that out. And also on the other side of this, we are definitely going to get into no LJ, not the Seattle Seahawks. You know you're ready for that. Not yet. We're going to get into the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick. And Florio at it again, y'all. We do not want Bill Belichick on the other side of this.
Shout out Redzone In the Lab podcast.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's Benjamin St. Jude, DB for the Washington Commanders. I want to give a big shout out to Redzone In the Lab podcast.
Welcome back, Redzone In the Lab podcast. I am Deuce. We got LJ. We got Simple in the building. How are y'all doing? What's going on, LJ?
It's cold. It's cold. I can't stop thinking about Montez Sweat in that press conference, and he's still got his coat on. It was like 20 degrees. He looked so cold and miserable, poor guy. Thanks for the second round pick, though.
Yeah. I take it.
What's going on, BigSimple?
I'm doing good, Deuce, LJ. I'm doing good. Just, the trades. That's what everybody was talking about. So let's get to it.
Let's stay right there. What was your first take on the trade? Well, first Montez and then Chase. Simple.
All right. The Montez one was okay, and we kind of seen that coming. Some of us kind of seen that coming with Montez Sweat, but to get a second out of it was a great thing. But losing Montez Sweat was, is it going to be one of those things where, he do well somewhere else? But, it's a thing. It's a thing with Washington players. But I'm just hoping that he has a great career and keep on doing this thing. But over here, it looked like we on this I guess we trying to figure it out as a rebuilding tool a little bit. I don't think it's full rebuild, but I think it's going to be a full, like a retool type deal.
Yeah. What was your feeling, LJ?
I mean, I was a little shocked that they moved Montez. I mean, I think the Chase was going to happen. But how do you turn down that second round pick? Because one, you get a pick that you aren't going to lose during free agency. If you pull in a free agency, you're not going to lose that comp pick. Chicago should have a fairly high second round pick, probably top 5. And so I mean, I was bummed because I really did want, I'm not surprised. I get it from the business perspective. I get it from the analytics side. I'm glad for the return. I kind of feel bad for Taz because I feel like we just dumped him in Antarctica.
Yeah.
like there's a part of me that feels like, oh, we kind of like dirty a little, but it's business. And, wouldn't it be funny though, if after 9 games, like we signed him back? I mean, I know it won't happen. Yeah.
I would put it past, and we're going to talk about something like that. I posted something a little earlier before the show about an hour ago that I want to ask you guys about. Hey, Miss Janet, how are you?
Miss Janet.
Chase. Now we gotta be careful. Now Chase Ray, our OSU guy. You see his profile, so can't talk too bad about Chase. You gotta be careful. Dollar Bill.
I know.
Had to put on a defensive clinic. I don't know about all that, Dollar. I would take a bill as a DC. Ref the district. Appreciate you. Appreciate you so much for joining. Shout out, salute to you all. Subscribe, Ref the district. They are definitely leading the way as far as us podcasters and just trying to find our way. So we definitely appreciate them.
That's true.
And Glenn, what it do?
Glenn.
What up, Glenn?
In the building. All right. So for me, when it comes to this trade, I don't see anything that says rebuild. I don't see anything means we got rid of them because of their production and we don't think that they're talented. I don't see any of that. I see a business decision. I see communication where I believe, especially with Chase, that he might not have wanted to be here. I do not believe the report about him retiring and all that after this contract, that stuff that came out. But it may be something too that he wanted to get away. He didn't really want to come home, right after college. I mean, some people don't want to play for their hometowns. And it's not a shot. It's just I've been here all my life. This is my second chapter. I want to get away. But what I saw was a organization being proactive. And the reason why a lot of the fan base is not adjusting to it because we're not used to it. Like, we don't know what's going on, right? We don't know what's happening here. This is we're just trying to find out what is happening here. Like, what is happening here? That's how I feel, LJ. I mean, how you feel?
Yeah, no, and I said that before we got started. It's kind of weird. It's a whole new feeling, You look back, and I think Kirk would be the last, major free agent that we, let's look at that scenario. Can you imagine if instead of tagging him a couple times, we got a second round pick or even a third round pick? We're not used to that. We're used to, the whole last offseason, what have we been talking about? Oh, they'll tag Montez and sign Curl and try to sign Chase. Like, do you know how much of this fan base thought we were bringing all three back? Or trying to think of scenarios and how we could do it, because we get real attached to players. But I agree with you.
I was one of those ones. I thought we was gonna bring all of them back if we had. I'd say if we had a great season. I really thought that.
Yeah. I tell you what, something that John Allen said I thought was real interesting in his interview yesterday. I think after practice was. He needs to be able to trust the guy next to him is doing his job, and we can all kind of pull little hints here and there, but I do think that there may be some truth to the rumors or discussion that Chase was kind of freelancing and maybe not necessarily being a team player as much. I don't think that was about Tez. I think the trade on Tez was strictly, holy moly, we're getting a second round pick. Okay, let's do this. So I see it as two totally different scenarios. With the players.
I definitely agree. G Fish was good. He said
G Fish.
Simple, appreciate you.
No doubt, G Fish.
Chase Radar is not that serious. Yes, it is. ALC or not, you can still get criticized. We just kind of talk about that. I don't think he's retiring. He has a lot of money ahead of him. I don't think it's going to be a rebuild, but a retooling the roster. Yeah, that's totally different.
Yeah.
Changing the owner is one thing. Now it's time to change the ideology. Okay, ideology. Oh, is I saying that right? Ideology.
I think it meant ideology.
Ideology. I don't know. Both of it sound good to me. I like it. I need to upgrade my ideology. When I said younger,
I did
head coach. I did. 7 years later, John Allen. Hey, you gonna stop with that, man?
It's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years. But I think, I'm with you, LJ. Simple, because I don't think I think they really wanted to kind of keep Chase. I think that was keep him, and I don't think it's not a possibility that he won't talk to us in the offseason, right? New regime, possibly new coaches, new staff. New owners, and hey, look, would you take this call? I believe that he will take take our call for sure in the offseason. Do you think he'll take our call, Simple?
You talking about Chase Young, right?
No, Montez Sweat.
Montez
I don't think
Sweat.
Chase Young. Yeah, Chase Young. I don't think
He ain't
coming
coming back. I was thinking about it. You know, but Montez Sweat, he probably will. I think he will. But where we sent him to, I don't know. I don't know. He might look at us totally different, you know. So I pick up the call though. I will.
Mm-hmm. What about you, LJ?
Well, no offense to all the Bears fans that I know and love, but that organization is a hot mess, like we have been. So, I guess we'll see. They're also trading him. When it was 20 degrees outside, I bet it wasn't the. He gets off that plane going, "Oh, I don't know about this." So there's a lot of factors, and from what I'm hearing, obviously he's from Georgia. Maybe he wants to go back to Atlanta. They might be able to sign him. So I don't know. I would be surprised if we did. I would be surprised if that happened. It'd be funny. Shit, that'd be funny. Like for once, we would be on the good end of something like that.
For real, that'd be a nice little steal on the side.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think he comes back. I really don't think he resigns back with them because
no.
One of the things, and this is something else we just don't we don't know. Like it was reports out there that when it came to Sweat, teams wanted to work on an extension before acknowledging the trade, and we said no. Like no, we're not going to allow you to do that. That meant a lot, right? That meant a ton. So like we're just not used to that type of front office here. So I'm definitely excited about that. But it said that GM Poles up there in Chicago, it said that he was working on an extension. And then like not too long right after that report came out that Montez and his team was like, no, we're going to see what our surroundings is, see what it looks like, and go into the offseason. So that right there tells me that he's going to, that's not a place that he really wanted to go to. Because if that's some place that he really wanted to go to, I don't see where an extension right now would be an issue because no numbers is going to change. It's not like he has to wait on another defensive end to get paid. I think he's going to be one of the lead ones this year. Outside of Burns, he's also going to be out there, and a couple other players. But I think Daniel Hunter from the Vikings, but he's kind of on the older side. So
yeah,
I don't know, LJ. I don't think he wants to be there. I think he'll either be with the Falcons, or you never know, back with us, which would be very strange. Let's see who we got. Nope, Sweat want to come back home to the A. All right. The good boy, I appreciate you for stopping through there. Yeah, they are a complete dysfunction. I mean, you got people breaking into the stadium, stealing supplies and all that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad. What's up, Hawk?
Well, who was it that got fired at the beginning of the season? Was that their offensive coordinator?
Oh,
their defensive guy? Somebody got fired in their coaching staff. Like it was all weird. And they still haven't really said what was going on.
Yeah, it was a lot of weird stuff. Chase probably knows. If Chase, you still listening, Radar, I'm sure he knows who it was.
Shout out to defense.
So the NFC is weak. Watch the. Yeah, we still got a chance. Like we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about the fan that wants to tank everything and pick number one in the draft. We're gonna talk. We're gonna get right into that. Bears didn't give to Pittsburgh, and they gave Pittsburgh a first last year, right? For the wide receiver. I can't think of his name. YouTube creators are winning more than the team we currently. Oh man, I don't know about that whole Chase situation and with the 49ers. They are in cap purgatory. Like they don't have any money and they gotta pay their wide receiver. They have to who else they have to pay? Purdy is coming up. Ayuk, the wide receiver. I mean, they
Did they even?
Bosa contract it kicks in next year, so
Ooh.
I don't know.
Did they even sign what's his name? Debo Samuel? Did they even
Yeah, he
sign
got his
him?
deal last year.
He got him last year.
Yeah, well, year
Okay.
before last. Debo got his
Okay.
year before that. He got his the same year Terry did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. He said the defensive coordinator,
That's
LJ.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Mike? I hope they can pay Cam Curl. Most definitely, Pito. All right, so let's talk about that. All right, so I don't want to get too much into like the Chase Young and Sweat, but we actually did, right? So 2 sacks, Casey 2 sacks. Listen, we do not have to diminish Chase and Montez and try to find some just to kind of make us feel better to say that what we have behind them can like fill this void. It cannot. Like Casey
Right.
2L and JSW is not going to be able to fill this void that they are being left. Like we have to stop this, but them, I think they will play more as a unit because of they are not as talented. You're going to see Payne and Allen doing more of the freestyle, not really like freestyling outside of the scheme, but freestyling to kind of make a play because it's all going to be focused on
Right.
them.
Yeah.
And like the slingshot, and the exit move that they talk
Yeah.
about with the stunts and all that. Like
Yeah.
Payne and Allen is going to be, boomerang to the quarterback, and then they're not going to have to worry about trying to share that with the other two ends. So
That's true.
how do you feel about how the unit is going to look, post Chase and Montez, LJ?
No, I agree, and what I'm about to say doesn't mean that I think that Hill and JSW, et cetera, are better than Sweat and Chase, but sometimes it just boils down to chemistry and assignments and who is sticking to their assignment and the doing your job. And so if you look at, just pull up some of the stats when we didn't have Chase, back in 21, and when we had some of the fill-ins like that, I think people might be surprised. When I say better, I think like you were just as a unit, as a whole, more of a team, and being able to feed off of each other versus, sometimes it's not always the best to have 4 number 1 draft picks. So they all want to be the star. And so then you potentially have that, I'm going to start maybe doing my own thing because I want my own stats. I don't think we're going to see that with the other group. I'm excited to see what we have in them.
Yeah, I am too. What about you, Simple?
I think long as they stay disciplined, that's all that matters. You feel me? If they put these guys in the right position, that's all up to Jack Del Rio. I just want to say it's all up to him. Now, if he want to put these guys in motion, make sure these guys do some stunts and stuff like that. I just hope he put them in the right position to succeed more than anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to see is if these guys can, if the pass rush would look better. You still have to win 1-on-1. You know what I mean? Like you still have to win 1-on-1. So are we saying that because of the effort and the willingness to want to win and want to produce, that is so much higher than what Chase and Montez was giving us, that they're going to win 1-on-1 now? Like Casey 2 is going to win 1-on-1. So that's something that we're going to definitely see. And like LJ said, like it's not a shot. Like it's not a shot at 2 Hill and JSW at all. It's just the reality of it. Like Chase and Montez is far talented. They have a higher upside, and they're just better football players. From what we've seen, I don't know. Casey 2 sacks might come out there and look relentless and look like an animal that we've unleashed. And if he does, all right, cool. I would love it. But I'm definitely not expecting it.
Nah.
This is where we disagree, Mike, and this is a good segue. We have to stop believing we still have a chance. We got to focus on the rebuilding and find the best pieces in free agency and draft. And the thing about this draft, LJ, is that it's very deep at a lot of positions. Not edge, And what else? I think everything else pretty much is real deep in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
So if Sam Howell is going to be our guy, right? If he can play well enough these last 9 games to persuade whoever the new regime is going to be, and more so the owners, because if he has the owners, then whoever comes in is going to understand that, hey, the owners, hey, look, I want Sam Howell to be my guy. If he can do that, not saying that he will or he has, but if he can do that, I don't mind picking 18, 19 because the draft is so deep. If you don't have to move up for a quarterback, I think you're good where you are. But if you want one of those top tackles, which I think is going to go fairly early, you might have to make a move to go up. But the tackles is also kind of deep in this draft where in years past, the top 2 tackles may be like bona fide tackles, and then everyone else, they have grades where they can move in a guard or things like that. But you actually have more bona fide tackles in this draft that you can possibly wait to 18 or in the second round. But how you feel about the rest of the season, LJ?
I never want to lose. I think it's kind of ridiculous to be honest. All due respect to anybody that feels that way, but I don't agree with that. I think you play to win, no matter what you're doing, and it's a little offensive to think that these players don't care to win. I mean, because whether they stay in Washington or go somewhere else, they're always putting an audition on especially, guys like JSW2 Hill. We have a lot of free agents coming up this next year that are, backup depth players. Mm-hmm. So you think those guys are just going to roll over and not put all their 100% effort into the next few games? No, there's going to be a lot of these young players. They're hungry. They're overlooked. It's been a rough last couple of years. And if they have an opportunity to try and go ball out, of course they are. So no, I just think that's ridiculous talk. And I'm not all for that. Let's go win as many as we can.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Where you at with it, Simple?
I'm all about winning too, because that's only going to get your talent. I feel like it all depends on the talent, and the people in the back, you feel me, with the rookies and stuff like that. They going to get some experience. If they going to put them out there, make something happen. And, it's all about winning at the end of the day. I don't see those players out there giving up. And I'm hoping they put Emmanuel Forbes back out there. Even though he's been struggling, this is one of those games that he need to be in. And get those guys out there, get these young guys some reps, and get ready for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and all of y'all that's kind of when you're impatient and you want to win right now, and like Hawks have been losing 32 years. What's one more year to fight it out and see what you have? Yeah. So let me see. Last Super Bowl was in '91, but I hope Sam works out.
The other thing is, look at how many top 2 or 3 quarterbacks aren't doing anything.
Right.
Just because you get a top pick it's like this guarantee. But I mean, look at Arizona, for example. How many number 1 draft quarterbacks have they got in the last 10, 5 years? And none of them are really panning out. I mean, I've seen enough from Sam Howell that I feel like if he continues on this year's trajectory, build around him. But why not? The guy's got an arm. I mean, he's obviously good, and so that's where I stand. Obviously, a lot of variables.
That's my uncle right there. That's my uncle. That's my uncle.
Mike?
Sam Howell.
Oh, Sam Howell.
That's my uncle.
Sam Howell, your uncle?
That's my uncle right there. That's my uncle. He gonna do some great things. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right.
He needs a Stetson commercial.
Yeah, for real.
He needs that like partial shade with a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, Mike. Like, I don't think the player's definitely not going to give up. The coach is not going to give up. Like, players and coaches don't tank. Front offices tank, right?
That's true.
You have, especially with our team, we have a lot of players that's on a contract year, right? We have a lot of players that's looking to get their second contract. So they're gonna play hard, because they're playing for their future. Yeah. So it's not going to be no giving up. And I don't think this front office wants to either, because when you're looking to rebuild and start over and gain as many assets, you start trading players that's under contract. We did not do that. We didn't trade any players that's under contract. And if you looking to move up in the draft, you kind of like indirectly sabotage your offense and start moving skill players that's going to help your quarterback. They didn't do that either. They kept everyone, even down to Jacoby Brissett. So yeah, I don't think that's where this team is headed for sure. Yep, Kyler Murray. I don't know what's going on over there. He's questionable. I think they opened up the 21-day window. Tune is going to play Sunday. They moved Dobbs. I don't know what they're going to do there. New coach.
You playing some Call of Duty right now. You playing some Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, that's true, Mike. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, we ain't getting our hopes up. We just, we're taking it game by game. We want them to compete, and if they win, I won't be upset. Some people don't want them to win, Mike. Like some people want them to lose the rest. They don't want them to win. So like that's where we were kind of coming from, talking about the team in general. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking forward for this team to compete, and I'm looking for them to win some more games.
That's it.
So I'm cool with that. All right, the Patriots. Oh man, what about Bill Belichick? You want Bill Belichick, LJ?
Oh, Florio and his stupid rumors. That was so dumb. I mean, I took one look at that and thought, is this the Onion reporting? No.
Onion reporting. I love
it. So yeah, if that's what you're talking about, no, I'm good. In thinking about this game, I looked back at some stats. I don't think we've ever beat Bill Belichick. I know the Patriots have beat us, going back to 2007. So, I'm being realistic. I've got high hopes because I always wear rose-colored glasses. But realistically, Bill Belichick is a defensive guru and genius. We have essentially a rookie quarterback, so it could get a little scary. The only saving grace is the fact that their offense is poo-poo. So, this could be a 10-13 game if we're not careful. So, it could be ugly.
Yep. Where you at, Bill Belichick?
Nah. I'm good. Bringing in another guy that got a good history of winning and all that and bringing some kind of culture of military background and stuff like that. Nah, I'm good with Belichick. He's okay when he had Tom Brady and all that. Nah, I'm good. I'm a big Tom Brady fan, but I can't do that. I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know what his vision is. Like this team, the last 3 years. I mean, Tom leaves, he goes crazy and spend top dollar for 3 tight ends. He can only start 1, 2, and he tries Cam Newton, and like that was a weird relationship. And he draft Mac Jones, but he benches him every 3 games and Zappy. So it's like. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but they did extend him through next year, so we'll see. I don't want him to get fired. If we win, please don't fire him, because the last time we beat a coach and they got fired, we end up having him for 4 years. So
that's true, though.
We definitely don't want him to get fired after if we beat him. All right, so let's talk about our injuries. So it looks like Curtis Samuel is out. LJ, how big, or do you think that's big with should I even say emergence of Jameson Crowder? I don't even know if that even sounds right.
Re-emergence.
That's my guy right there.
Re-emergence, right?
Well, I mean, I feel like Antonio Gibson would almost fill more of a Curtis Samuel role, than Crowder. I don't know how much EB trusts him. He had 1 fumble, but so it'll be interesting. The nice thing is with this team, sans the drops over the last couple of weeks, we've got some pretty good depth at receiver and running back and tight. I feel like we have some good offensive core weapons. And it wouldn't surprise me if we saw more of, tight ends in this particular game, bringing in Bates and Turner. Someone earlier on Twitter had mentioned about, running more and using B-Rob, and I'll believe it when I see it. EB hasn't shown me that he likes to run the ball at all. So You know, I would like to see that. I'm just
Mhm.
not hopeful that's going to happen.
Where you at? Simple.
So what we at is like keys to the
Yeah, like how big of a deal you think missing out on Curtis Samuel?
I'm thinking I'm thinking about, Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel, he's good. It seemed like they was getting some kind of connection. Sam Howell and Curtis Samuel, they was getting a little bit of connection, but I don't think it'll be a huge big of a deal because we got another one of those of Antonio Gibson. He's something like him, so
Yeah, something like
so I don't think it'd be a big deal. I don't think it'd be a big deal.
Hey Kim.
I think the injuries the Patriots have will be more impactful. I mean, they've got
Yeah.
Henry Bourne's out for the season and then Devontae Parker out. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're going to rely on old man Juju Smith-Schuster and a couple other guys I don't think I've ever heard of. So,
Yeah, Juju's been terrible this year. And
yeah.
also Matthew Judon is on IR. So he's their, he gets their turnovers and he creates their pressures. He's their sack leader. So he's not there. Trent Brown has been battling injury. So it says he's questionable to go this week. And so they had a long list of questionables. So that's going to be definitely something to watch. So
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That'll tell a lot about Jack Del Rio this week.
Oh man, I think we know enough about him.
I know.
Glenn said resurgence. Yeah. He said Diami gonna be like going at EV how Jacoby be doing on the sidelines. Oh man, that's gonna be something. Yeah, I think Crowder did pretty good last week. He was getting good separation in the middle of the field. He got over top a couple times, so it's not something we should rely on, but it's also something we can count on if we absolutely need it.
Right.
Pringle, we'll probably see more snaps from Pringle, and so that's something we're looking for. Diami, I don't know. Like I don't know what his snap count is going to look like, because we didn't see a ton of him. We saw more Crowder. So and EB Presser the other day said, "Yeah, we love what Diami's doing. He's doing very well on special teams, and he's a great blocker." So like I'm like, oh, all right.
That's true though.
So I don't know. So I don't know how much of Diami we're going to see. So
yeah.
All right. How do we win this game, LJ? Give me some keys to this so we can win this game.
I think we need a similar game plan to last week. A lot of short intermediate routes so that we can get the ball out of Sam's hands quickly. Whether it be screens, however. So I think definitely that as far as the offensive, piece of it. And I think our secondary, we need to take advantage of the depletion in the wide receiver core of the Patriots. And hopefully, we get that our defense, the new crew in there, can get some pressure on Mac Jones, because he can be a hot mess too if we can put him under pressure and get him scrambled up a bit.
Yeah, what you think, Simple?
Just keys to vigor. I just feel like looking at one thing, I'm gonna say don't start off slow. It starting off slow. We constantly do this with teams that we shouldn't be doing that to, and that's on the offensive side and defensive side. Let's just start off a little bit more faster, like we did the previous week, getting off fast, trying to score, and protect Sam Howell. It just protect them, like you did last week. I want to see the same thing this week. Try to protect him as best as possible, so he can get the ball out, and he can give it to his weapons, and let him work the field.
Yeah, Bill Belichick is very successful against young quarterbacks. Very, very
Mhm.
Yeah,
successful
Mhm.
yeah,
for the type of disguises he's able to do. So it's going to be a chess match between him and Eric Bieniemy for sure. For
yeah,
the success, most of the success we've had this year has come from the quick game going over the top. So I'm really interested to see how Belichick kind of lines up with us. Like if he gives the look of press coverage that maybe Sam kind of get rattled a little bit, that the slant or the show game might not be there, get him to hold the ball a little longer. So I'm really interested to see. They might not have the impactful players, but Bill Belichick has a keen sense of putting people in the right position for them to succeed. Because we usually see when they leave Belichick, they end up being normal people and end up coming right back, coming right back. So
that's
it's
true.
it's, it's definitely going to be something to see. But for me, I think for us to win this game, we're gonna have to be stout up front in the run game because I think they're gonna run a lot. I
Mhm.
think Belichick is gonna run the ball a lot. Rashawn Stevenson is their best offensive player. He
Mhm.
runs the ball. I think he's their leading receiver out the backfield. So that's going to be something to look forward to. And of course, they got those tight ends that can stretch the field. They haven't really been real successful, but against us, like everyone, like it's like it's like you edit them in Madden and you just make them give them plus 15 overall, and they become these superstars against us. So hopefully we can be able to kind of contain them and play some good football. But what type of an impact are you looking for, like Payne and John Allen? Because a lot of eyes is going to be on them two this week. LJ, how they perform, if they taking plays off. Like everyone that didn't want Chase or Montez to go, they're going to be looking at them. So what type of impact do they need to have in this game against a team that's going to be very run heavy?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely we need to be able to stop the run, which you're right. A lot of eyes are going to be on them, especially after with the trades. But what I was thinking was more watching the impact on how the depth with whether it's KJ Henry, Two Hill, JSW, and how are they going to play a role in Payne and John Allen being effective. I'm just really curious to see how that dynamic is going to change. Between having Montez Sweat and Chase versus those guys on the edge.
Yeah, what you think, Simple? You think those guys going to have a big game?
Um, Not yeah, they have to. If they're going to run the football constantly, because they don't have, I don't really believe that they're going to pass as much. So they have to stop the run, protect the edges and stuff like that. They have to do the right thing and stay disciplined. And that's the whole thing, is stopping the run.
I think so too.
Yeah.
If we can stop the one, make Mac Jones pass the ball, in the second half, and if we can get up a few points, I think that'll put us in the best position to
Right.
succeed for sure. Chase said the one thing Bill knows is defense. I do want to say Jabril Peppers is having a great season. He's one of their safeties, so we're definitely going to have to look. And I think J.C. Jackson is going to be back there too. But I think that time has kind of passed them by a little bit. I'm not afraid of none of those guys, to be honest. Thought you say Mac Jones career day loading. Oh boy. You already key Victor is Two Hill. I'm captain of this ship. Oh boy. Two Hill Tribe. That's what they was calling themselves. Then they play a whole game throwing three passes. Yeah, that three
Yeah, they won
passes.
that game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was against Buffalo, and it was like crazy snowing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of an asterisk game for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So when it comes to us on defense, and we kind of talking about Forbes, and somebody was mentioning earlier, this is the game that they should have given him more snaps and not against AJ Brown last week.
Right.
This is a game that he can come back and kind of, build that confidence back up a little bit. LJ, do you think that's a good move? And if you do, do you think Jack Del Rio will kind of give him more snaps outside of only on dime pack?
I wish I knew what Jack Del Rio was doing and I could tell you. Sorry. But no, I do have faith in Forbes, and I think that I go back and forth on the put him out there and sink or swim, or I don't think that holding him back is going to do any good, you know. So get him out there, and get him playing. It's the only way he's going to get better.
That's it.
Yeah.
You feel the same way, Sim?
Yeah, Forbes just let him go out there and play. You know, if he get burnt, he get burned at the end of the day, you know. You ain't gonna learn nothing on the bench. So he gotta go out there and play. That's for any rookies or anybody else, you know. So they gotta go out there and play. Let the boy play.
I'm not too concerned about Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, I know he's having a good year, but I don't think he's going to outrun anybody. But again, we have to be strong at the impact. We got to get them down. Can't miss no tackles. We got to tackle them and swarm.
Yeah.
We've been kind of doing a good job of that up front, but sometimes they break loose of 20-25 yards. So those are the things we got to hone in on. Like keep that same aggressiveness, especially when it comes to the run. Yeah, I think Two-Hill and Smith will set the edge. I don't. Now, if they do if Mac Jones get outside of either one of them guys this week, yeah, it's gonna be ugly on the it's gonna be ugly on the timeline. So they better keep their edge, boy. Oh man. Passed one game last year, ran the whole game. Yeah, that was the snow game, Kim. Bill Belichick see 13 out there running at him. So I'm looking for so Sam Howell. Where are you with Sam Howell right now, LJ?
I am okay with Sam Howell right now. I knew going into this season we were going to have some ups and downs, and he was going to have like I said, I still consider him a rookie essentially. But I like where we're going with him. I feel like we have a lot of potential, and so it's just kind of let's keep the train going. Let's keep him improving. And so I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, and I would really like to see this team try and build around him going into the future.
All right, and before you go, we're about to get out of here. Just what's your score prediction, LJ?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see those big scores like we have. So I'm looking at something more like a 2016 Washington. You know, maybe hold them to a few field goals and a touchdown. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was 13-10. I just don't see this being a huge scoring game.
Who's your breakout player?
Antonio Gibson.
Here we go.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him more with Curtis being out.
I love it. All right, LJ, we will see you next week, and we will definitely see you on the timeline.
All right, guys.
No doubt, guys. Have a blessed one.
All right, so before we get out of here, we're just gonna wrap up. Who's your spotlight player? Simple.
My spotlight players is going to be James Smith Williams. I want him to do some great things in this game. One of those guys that definitely going to show out. And then my second one going to be let's see if Forbes can get a pick. Let's see if Forbes can get a pick.
Like he need
pick six.
He need a pick six.
Let's see if he can do it. I want Forbes to get one.
Six.
I think that will boost his confidence up a little bit just by getting a pick six or something like that. So that'd be my two guys on the defensive side more than anything.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you for sure. RVA, yo, what's good? All right, look, throw y'all predictions in there if y'all still hanging around. Throw some predictions down before we get out of here. I think mine was, hold on, let me see. Because I did mine with Big Doug and them. Let me make sure. What's your score prediction? Simple. Let me see.
I'm thinking Sam Howell might go off in this game, but it's gonna be a Terry McLaurin game.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say 31-17.
All right, I got 26-17. Like I
Okay.
think we can score. I mean, outside of the Bills game and the Buffalo, no, I said the Bills, Buffalo, the Bills game and the Giants
Yeah.
game, we've been putting up points, and I
Yeah.
think we still do. I think we're averaging 21, 22 points per game. The
Yeah.
Patriots is like around 16 points a game or something like that. So, I think Bill wants to slow the game up. I think he wants to hold the ball,
Yeah.
time possession, run, maybe take some deep shots, try to get us in second and long to get us off the
Yeah.
field. I think it's going to be a real schematic game. That's why we have to get up. We have to get up on them early.
Yeah. That's
Um,
what I'm thinking too.
yeah. So that like a score like this is exactly what Bill wants.
Yeah.
Low scoring game. He
Yeah.
holding the ball long. We can score, but that's why we got to score early, like we
Right.
did last week. Went up, but when we got opportunities to really put them away, we have to hone it in
Yeah.
and score when we need to.
And I think that's when that 31 going to happen, like in the fourth quarter,
Mm-hmm.
where we got to put them away, and we score 31 points, like in the 6 minutes to go.
Yeah,
Type
I would
vibe.
love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love it. You already 20-for-20. That's what I'm talking about, Kim. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
31-10.
I love it. I love it. Chase 20. Oh, he already. He want us to lose out. He want the highest pick possible. Right.
I feel him.
Y'all do know that we lost to Buffalo. They won against. Yeah, like it's the NFL for one. Any given Sunday, and plus, Hawk, that's a division game too. So division games, you can throw out the stats. You can throw out all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just like us against Philly. You know what I mean? You can throw out stats and all that stuff in division games. So, and they also got blown out by some other teams. So it's week to week. It's very like that's why I'm starting to think. I don't even want to really mention how teams play or they beat other teams on other Sundays because it's any given Sunday.
That's
what I'm saying? So mistakes happen. So you beat a team one week, don't mean you could beat that same exact team the next week. So
that's true.
We gotta take it week to week. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Nothing like a roller coaster season.
Yeah. So yeah, I got Andre Jones and a KJ Henry. They're going to be active. They're going to play. So give us an opportunity to see what they can do. They probably get the snaps that JSW and Tuhill was getting. So around 10 snaps maybe for both of them. Each. So I want to see what they look like. I want to see what they look like.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, because I think Andre Jones is a little on the smaller side. Because let me know, Chase Radar. I think he played more like in a 3-4 outside linebacker type role in college, where KJ Henry he's more of a defensive end. So we might not see a lot. We might not see a lot of Andre Jones. I want Del Rio to mix some stuff up sometimes. Put Allen out there. Bring in Mathis, put Allen at end and Ridgeway, and put like Payne at end. You got Payne, Mathis, like Ridgeway, Allen. Like mix it up, man. Let's have some fun. Like go out with a bang. Cause you're gonna get fired. So just go out with a bang, man. Who cares? Who cares? Dallas lost to the Cards. Does that mean we beat Dallas? No, definitely not. No, Duran, we're not switching to no 3-4. You want to talk about it? Don't even want to talk about it.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Don't even want to talk about it.
For real.
Yeah, man. So I think it's gonna be a good game. It's good to see Belichick, see what he does.
Yeah.
To see if we can if our offense can look good 2 weeks in a row.
That's what it's all about, being consistent and just being consistent. We be consistent, we be all right.
Yeah, no, he doesn't, Kim. Del Rio doesn't know what mix up is. So I don't know. So that's what I want to see, Kim. I don't know if we will. I just don't think we will. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, he might get a little more exotic. He might send more blitzes. I want him to send Jamin Davis at least 12 times a game from different angles. I want him to send them from both sides of the football, different angles. Send them, right? And without having Chase and Montez, we'll see if he's a little more exotic, if he sends more blitzes, because now he can't believe everyone is going to win 1-on-1. Like we just rush with 4.
No.
That's not possible at all. So
ain't no way.
Right. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. But I want our offense to look good 2 weeks in a row for 2 halves.
Yeah, give me that.
Good for 2 halves, just a whole game. So that's something we're gonna have to see for sure. But yeah, but we definitely appreciate all of you for coming out, listening and watching. The show for the day. Yes, we will be back on next Friday, regardless of what happens. You will see OTH podcast Sunday night to recap the game. So I'm looking forward to it. So let's see, we got optimism drinks. Shouldn't I? He's not in my refrigerator. I can't think of easy.
Shout out dog, man.
Yeah, love the hope, man. We got you. Man. We got you, man. Go ahead, Simp. Take us home, man.
Make sure y'all join the crew. It's me and you, BigSimple 422. Let's go.
Yes, sir.